What is up, everybody? Rajay back here on the Reaction Channel. Thank you for swinging by to check out another video. These are going to be some new videos I'm going to be adding to the channel. This will be the start of that. So I have another channel, which was the Hip Hop Chronicles. I'm going to end that channel to kind of bring some of that stuff over here to the Reaction Channel. And these will be a little bit different because they'll actually be more of a reflective chronicle look back on some of the earlier stages of music. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will have more of these upcoming here soon. Sit back, kick back, take a listen. This one here is one that I wanted to do. Growing up in hip hop for me, it was something I caught on to later. It's funny, I've always had an appreciation of music from the time I was a young child, and I would go to the library. I would listen to all different types of music. I had different types of music at home in a collection, things from classical to rock, disco, whatever it may be. There were different things that I was always able to be a party to. And then hip hop came out later on. Actually, in the early stage, it was more just rap. Hip hop really became more the embodiment of everything: the music, the dance, the graffiti, the fashion. All that stuff came together under the umbrella of hip hop. But before you got to that point, you had to lay the foundation, right? So this video here is just the one I wanted to kick out to get everything rolling. I'm going to take a look back at Kool Herc. So some people may not be as familiar with Kool Herc, but he is one of the I guess you could say the founding fathers of hip hop. He's one of the ones that came across the idea of putting the things together. You hear about three names. Usually if you're deep into hip hop, you'll hear about Kool Herc, you hear about Africa Bambaataa, you hear about Grandmaster Flash. And so, you know, if there was like founders for this, he is definitely one of them for sure. So I'm going to share a couple clips here from talks with Kool Herc and kind of give you a little background with him. And then we're going to get into one of the cuts and kind of what it was like to be maybe at a Kool Herc party. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and swing it over and let's check out the man himself, Kool Herc.
There's a recreation room for the building. You rent the room. That's what we did. So this was a breath of fresh air for us, going somewhere we could hear some music. Turned out to be a success.
Herc was one of the first DJs in the Bronx to borrow a technique from Manhattan's downtown discotheques: the use of two turntables. This meant DJs could play music without interruption, mixing from the end of one record straight into the beginning of another. But unlike other DJs, Herc didn't play disco music. Instead, he specialized in the kind of hard-edged funk music that others ignored.
Yeah, I remember going to the Herc parties, and this started in the community room, and it grew so big that we couldn't fit in the community room anymore. And music was just, it was slamming. I was trying to think about what would be, I guess, synonymous with a Kool Herc party. And it would have to be James Brown. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. It wasn't a Kool Herc party. Without
have a very party here.
Exactly.
What singled out Herc as a DJ was his keen eye for crowd reaction. He noticed that the energy on the dance floor hit a peak during the instrumental breaks in the records, the point when the singing stops and the music carries on. From this simple observation, Herc came up with an idea that would become the basis of hip-hop.
One night, I'm waiting for the record to play out. I said, I wonder if I put that to myself. I said, if they're waiting for this particular break and I have a couple more records that's got the same breakup in it, I wonder how would it be if I put them all together. And I told them, I said, I'm going to try something new tonight. I'm going to call it a merry-go-round.
Herc's merry-go-round meant that instead of playing whole records, he would play just the instrumental breaks, mixing between them to create a continuous dance rhythm.
I started out with James Brown, clap your hand, stomp your feet. That part right there, when the break, boom, I had to come in with bongo rock. longer rock with still no vocals in it. And I would go into Baby Huey, you know, the Mexican. And it was like, whoa, I think we got some hit, you know, 'cause people was like, oh, whoa, everybody was like, yeah, I'm feeling this, oh, yeah, you know.
The instrumental breaks on the records became known as the break beats, and Herc's merry-go-round formula of mixing between them provided the blueprint for a new music.
Oh man, Kool Herc was the first person I ever heard that do anything like that, you know? Because I'm used to being in the house with my mother and we pull a James Brown record on and just let it play through. Kool Herc would play the break part back and forth, and that really astonished me. I was really impressed when I seen that, something like that, because I'd never seen anything like that before.
I saw Kool Herc, and I was 14 years old, and that very day when I saw his sound system and how loud it was and the records that he played would just change the way the party was going, and that's what I wanted to do.
Oh man, Kool Herc was the man when you think about it in the ways of the DJs. You had a couple there that were speaking, and these are videos I actually compiled through research here on the internet. But when you think about the influence of Kool Herc having on the music itself, and then also what he inspired from other people that would later become DJs that you have. No, you know a lot of their names that are out there, but it was because of that and going around with that merry-go-round style, playing the beat, recognizing that was the opportunity. From him, you know, we have the people that we had that became DJs later on, which is a big component of hip-hop. So before you even got to the rapping portion, you had to lay the foundation of the music, and that's what Kool Herc actually did here.
So turntable 1 would be in channel 1. The speaker would go, instead of the mic, it's a speaker going in there now on a jack. All right, so the other turntable is a mic, it's channel 2 into where the mic will go, the speaker wire go into, and put the brain already have the speakers already. I have to worry about that. So now I could control my power from the preamp to the power. So now I don't have no headphones. I have to know my record. I have to incorporate myself in the record.
Can you say that again? DJs in the beginning did not have headphones.
No, I didn't have none. I didn't care. I just wanted to know, I want to hear this music come out of this thing right here.
Right.
You know? And so I have to know the record.
Yeah.
Know when the band going to break down, when they're going to get up, whatever the riff going to, I have to know it. So you really couldn't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused on that right there. Then I'm noticing people's waiting for particular parts of the records to dance to.
Yeah.
So I'm visual watching it. So I'm saying, so let me try something out. So all the records I have that have those breakdowns in it, some I had 2, some I just had 1. I said, I'm going to do a thing called the merry-go-round.
You
tonight.
made that up?
Yes. I thought the merry-go-round, all right? Because I talked to them. I don't come and stop. I give them the benefit of the doubt. If I go buy a bunch of records and I'm feeling certain stuff, I said, listen, I went shopping. I think this is the joint, you know, listen to it. You just can't throw it on. You throw them off. Oh, you do, you right. I come from that. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And if you like it, and if I like it more than you like it, I'm going to play it. And if you like it more, if we both like it, we're good to go. But it's something I know is going to hit the radio if we ain't feeling it. And trust me, sometimes they hit them when they leave the party or 2 days later. Yo, that's the record Herc plays. So now when they get used to it, the radio's burning it up. And I don't give it to you before the radio's of the place. It's owed to me and you now. It's on to the next one.
Let's go back for a second. With August 11th, 1973, 1520s.
We can't come back there no more.
We can't?
We can't come back to 1520 no more. It's like an island coming from under the sea.
Yeah.
73, we broke grounds. We gave the block party. We can't come back to 1520 no more.
Yeah.
If we come back, we have them for problems. So we left on a good note. So from there, I gave a block party and tell them how to come. Even in the party, come here, you better be smelling. I want you to come up here from the ball court here. Go wash yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Go freshen up. Put on the high karate. And ladies, put on Chanel #5.
You would say this to people?
Yes, I would.
Would you say that at the parties?
I would say it right now if I feel the funk in there like that.
I got you.
And I used to give fire drills too.
At the party?
Yes, stop the music. If anything, run. These are the exit. Don't run behind the turntable. You ain't fitting back here.
You gotta like the personality he brings to it, and you know, just the breakdown he has for it. But think about that. When he started out, like, they didn't use headphones. Headphones weren't used. You had to know the record. If you ever watch The Get Down on Netflix, it only lasted a couple seasons, I believe. But, you know, one of the characters they model in there is Grandmaster Flash, and how he used to mark his records so he knew where the beats were. So it was a totally different time, totally different event. You know, the parties that they talk about there would have been awesome to go to. At the time he said 73, I was only like 4 years old, so obviously I wasn't going to the party. But later on in life, those break beats he talks about, you know, when you first started to get into it, those are the kind of things that made me want to be more of a DJ. You know, as you're growing up in that hip-hop culture, people are either going to be like a b-boy, they're going to be a DJ, they were going to be an MC, they were going to be a graffiti, whatever. And I was just drawn to DJ, and I have a lot of records that I would pick up with just be a lot of the different break beats on it. And that's what brought me into more of the hip-hop, just more of that mixing and bringing in the beats, matching up the music. It's a great technique, as you know, from the artists that get it down and stick with it. You know, when I was doing stuff in college as a DJ, one of my buddies, who actually is a DJ out in San Fran now in that area, you know, we first got together. We had a group, it's called Treehouse back in school. We do parties and stuff, and he would just be amazed at some of the things you would come up with in our heads. You know, I would have one song playing, I'd find another one and mix it together. He was like, how did you even come up with that combination? It was just, the more you expand your musical appreciation, the more you hear those things, you can slide stuff in. This will be touched on later on as I do some of these videos, like when we have the influence of like Run DMC, bringing in some of the rock type stuff, things like Schoolie D, some of the things he had done, things that Ice-T had. There's a whole bunch of artists that kind of brought in it, but you have to have that wide assortment of music, so you would pull music from everywhere you possibly could. But Kool Herc was one of the guys early on that I knew I wanted to definitely hear more of, more I wanted to follow, more I wanted to check out as I became older. Again, you were getting Kool Herc, you were getting Flash, you were getting Bambaataa, and in those early stages, it was more about getting the beats down. The rappers and stuff came a little bit later after that, but it was the beats and getting people to move, and then that started everything from there. That being said, I'm going to close it out with one more video that you guys can check out. In case you wondered what it would be like at a Kool Herc party, here you go.
This is DJ Kool Herc, the father of hip-hop. This is going out to my man over in Japan, Utaka, to my man, Crazy A. This how we do. For all the B-boys and B-girls, get ready. Right about now, we're gonna rock it and jam with the jammers. Don't stop. Keep on. To all the breakers out there, this is you, y'all. This is for you, y'all. Japan, shout out. Herc Herc. This is DJ Kool Herc, the father of hip hop. Rocking for you and yours in Japan for the B-boys. Come on. B-girls too. Come on. You see me rocking with the jammers. We're gonna rock the jammers, young lady. Don't hurt nobody. Come on. B-boys, are you ready? B-girls, are you ready? Come on. Go for it. Aight, come on. Come on. To my man Utaka, Crazy A. To the Rocksteady crew, Crazy Leg. To Africa DJ Bambata and the mighty Zulu Nation. To my man DXT. To my man going out Jazzy J. To Africa Islam. Phase 2. Going out to my man Kool Herc. Let's rock. It don't stop. Keep on. It don't stop. Keep on. It don't stop. Be girls. Be boys. Come on. To all the people over there in Japan. Rock. It hurt, y'all. Come on. Break. Yeah. This is a culture built on music, vibration, peace, love, no color. This is how we do, y'all. Hip hop. It was born in the orphan, fought like a slave. Back there in 1971, in the Bronx, y'all, on the west side. And it went worldwide. Movement we call hip hop, y'all. We got breakers, we got MCs, we got graffiti artists. Yes, indeed. Come on. And the big sound system, and the way we talk, the way you dress, and also the way you look.